Hi everyone. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to use one of these free Google Slide template sites to enhance your presentations. I'm going to start with using SlidesGo. So all I did was go to slidesgo.com. I'm going to do a search for winter. Let's see what choices come up. So there's a couple of items that don't really align, but I have snowflakes, Christmas presents, recipe, quite a few different choices. I'm going to go ahead and choose winter snowflakes. Now notice as I hover over this template, it shows that there's 49 slides. So this is where some teachers get really overwhelmed because 49 slides sounds like a lot. But I'm going to demo how we can reduce that number and make it something very manageable. Now I can also use the side arrows to navigate through this template and to see what pages of the template there are for me to choose from. And if this looks like something that's going to align with my teaching and it's something that I want to use, I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And then notice right here to the right, I can download this template as a Google slide or as a PowerPoint. I want to download it as a Google slide because this is something that I'm going to want to share with my students in Schoology. So I'm going to go ahead and select Google Slides. Because I've already logged into my Google account, it's going to automatically make a copy of this document and put it into my Google Slides. So I'm going to select Make a Copy. Give it just a second. And now I have my own original copy of this slide so I can do with it what I want. I like to go up here and instead of saying copy, I'm just going to call this template in case I want to use this for other lessons. And I'm going to leave this intact as it is here. Now I'm going to go ahead and select File, Make a Copy, and do the entire presentation. And now maybe I'm going to do a lesson for science vocabulary. And I'm going to go ahead and click OK. So my template is still here intact. I can go ahead and close that window out. And now I've made a new copy, and this is just going to be for my science vocabulary lesson. All right. So notice here on the left side panel, all of the different slide templates are going to start populating. And remember that number back a few minutes ago was in the 40s. You're going to see all of the different templates that are available. And this is where things get really overwhelming for some teachers. We're going to delete all this. We don't even need this. So I'm just going to hold Shift on my keyboard, highlight that first slide, and I'm going to scroll all the way down. Give it a minute to populate. I'm going to scroll back up, and I'm just going to go here to 30. That's the last of the templates. I'm going to go ahead and hit delete. Now, I left 31 in play for a specific reason. And the reason I left that template is this is a credit slide. That SlidesGo asks that you leave in place just to let others know where you got this amazing resource from. So I don't want to delete that. This slide here has some alternative resources and pictures that you might want to include. But then everything after that, I'm also going to delete. I'm not going to worry about the icons or anything right now. I just want to streamline this so it's a little bit user-friendly. So again, I'm going to highlight slide 3, press Shift on my keyboard, go all the way down to the bottom, select the last slide, and hit delete. And so now I only have 2 slides, and I feel really comfortable about this. Okay, I'm just going to put my cursor above slide 1 because I want to start creating my own content-driven slides. So notice right here, here's the plus sign. If I click on this, it's going to go ahead and open a new slide. But to the right of the plus sign, there's this option, a new slide with layout. So I'm going to click on that little drop-down arrow. And notice here's all my templates that I can choose from. So if I wanted to start with the title slide, I could click right here. and I could call this science vocabulary. And then if I wanted to give it a unit title, I could even put weathering, erosion, deposition, just like that. Now I could continue to build out my slides just like a while ago. Now I'm going to show you a different way to do this because there's always more than one way we can do things. I could click on the plus sign. It's going to insert that same slide that I had before, but I can go to layout and I can see all of the different layouts here and choose one of these layouts. And so I could just choose title and text. And now I could go ahead and start with my vocabulary or whatever content that I have. So that definitely, I think, helps clear things up. If you want to keep all those slides there and then delete them as you're working, that's an option too. But I think this helps definitely remove that overwhelming factor of seeing all of those slides on the side while you're working. Now, I did want to highlight one more item. Now that you have this fancy background, let's say you need to add clip art or a graphic. Well, let's say, for example, I'm just going to click on the insert image button and I'm going to search the web. And let's do gingerbread man. And let's see what shows up. All right, so I'm going to click on this gingerbread man and go ahead and click insert. This one worked perfect, go figure. This item just happens to be a transparent image. And so by transparent, it doesn't have any type of background hindering my slideshow. Let's do another one. Let's see if this one. So notice this one has a white background. And if I insert this into my slide, it kind of takes away from the effect of my slide. And so we don't want that to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and click delete. What I want to do is when I'm searching, I want to put gingerbread man and type in the word transparent behind it. And so that way it's going to go ahead and filter my search and it should only put items that are transparent, which won't have a background behind them. So if I go ahead and click on this one and select insert, there it is. So now I have a nice clean gingerbread man that I could add to my background. Now I want to show you one more thing while I'm here. I'm going to go ahead and just resize this. Notice there's a lot of white space around this. Right here is our crop image button. I'm going to go ahead and select that. And now I can use the sides to tighten up, my image and get rid of the space around the sides, just like that. So now my image is a little bit tighter. And so that's just another little tool to add to your toolbox. So again, in today's video, we talked about how to use Slides Go to start with, how to add that Google slide to your Google Drive. We talked about how you can start a new slide and how you can either use the drop down with the different layouts, or after you've added your slide, you can choose your layout from here to add to your presentation. And then the other thing we talked about is inserting images, and how if you're looking for an image that doesn't have a background, to make sure you add the word transparent, and that'll remove any backgrounds, or it should remove any backgrounds. So hopefully these 3 tips are all things that you can use, or maybe you learned one new thing today, and that's great. As always, thanks for watching, and I can't wait to share more 12 Days of Christmas with you.